Being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't even know that you had. And motherhood is a whole journey on its own that sometimes is really hard to go on this journey by yourself. My name is Nanaya. I'm your host for Abatanye, and today we bring another episode here on City Star TV. Before I go more into details, if you haven't subscribed, please. The subscribe button is right there. Hit on it. The notification bell, kindly do so. Follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The name is City Star TV. Kindly do so, and I'll be right back. It's hard, it's painful, especially during those early ages. Be her support system. Your friend is going through this. Be her support system. Mothers and fathers watching, be your kids' support system. Help them get through this day because it's not easy. You have to go out there. Sometimes I could come back from work very, very late. By 7 p.m. I'm not coming. There was one time I went out, it started to rain. And in Accra, sometimes you can be prone to flooding. And the area where I found myself, it was on the news that the place had flooded and people were being carried away and all that. And apparently my mom had been trying to reach me the whole day, and my phone was off. I think water got into my phone, so my phone went off, and she wasn't able to reach me, and she was freaking out. Because that was the one time my baby refused to eat her formula, drink her formula, sorry. And my mom can't reach me. She's doing everything. The baby's crying. She wants her mommy. I'm not there because I have to be out there. And she won't stop crying. My mom is calling me. She can't reach me. I got home pretty late that day. It's about 6 p.m. to find my mom, my baby, all exhausted from crying. And the look on my mother's face, it broke my heart. Because she was so worried that maybe something bad had happened to me and she'd be stuck with raising a newborn on her own. I came home. I breastfed my baby. I put her to bed. There was some little issues sometimes. You have to go for weighing. You need to make sure you're keeping up with your postnatal care. And it's very, very important. The babies, they need us. You need to keep up with their vaccinations. You need to make sure that they are taking all the medications. They are being checked. There's this very hollow thing on top of their head, on their scalp. You can see that it's pulsing and it's breathing. It's very important for you to pay attention to that and make sure that the baby, or you don't put their head in certain positions that will put pressure on that part especially. It can cause a whole lot of complications if you mess up. You need to be regularly taking your kid to postnatal care. It's very important. There are vaccinations, polio, measles, a whole lot out there that they need to take. You need to make sure you talk to your midwife after labor and keep up with all these things. Don't be reluctant to go out there because you never know. My kid developed a little bit of rashes during that time. We were having some lightning issues, so she developed a little bit of rashes at the time. It wasn't easy. I had to take it. I didn't treat it on my own. You shouldn't. Never assume that you know what is best for your kid. If you, on the safer side, just go to the hospital. I'll just say it. Just go to the hospital. If you are having issues, just take your kid to the hospital. The nurses or the doctors will tell you what to do. At that stage, they're very sensitive. They are very fragile. How to hold them, how to nurture them. Don't just assume. If you don't know, if you don't have help, go to the hospital. When you go there, there are ways they'll train you on how to hold your baby, how to feed your baby. If you're a working mom, I know it can be stressful. When you go there, sometimes we feel like you're a bad time. No bad time being to me Jane Baho. Na wakwa bontin, na we Jane Ba when chisa, na wabakrum, na woton wade, na woko school. And ye easy me, and James, it can be difficult, but remember this. The things you're trying to put in place, the things you're trying to get, it's for the future of your baby. So when that baby is growing up, you can provide her with the things they need. And yeah, easy. It can be depressing. The people around us, this is the time we actually need you to guide us, to be our support system. I keep saying this. We need a support system because it takes a village. Don't let us do it on our own. Stay tuned and I'll be right back. Before I went on the break, I kept reminding you, we need a support system. I couldn't have done it without one. I mean, I go for lectures And sometimes my mom had to actually, you know, go to campus with me because of my baby. Sometimes when I leave her for long, she'll be crying. Most of the time, she was a good girl for me, but sometimes she can be, you know, a baby because that's what she was. And during the lectures, I'm in my lecture room, and my mom is just walking along the corridor because the baby's crying. She's trying to get my attention. And I think the lecturer noticed, and he goes like, "Is that your baby?" I said, "Yes." And he says, "Step out and attend to her." And that kind of compassion we needed, because there's nothing else to do. I can't say I'll stay home and not go to school. I can't say I'll stay home and not work. How am I going to get that income to raise this baby? I'm not doing it on my own though, but I also need to, I'm the mother here, and I need to do something to make my baby life more comfortable. So my mom, she was a very big help. At at about 4 weeks, we started giving my baby porridge. Now, yes, I know some of you are going to judge me, but you need to understand the lactating wasn't happening during this time. So my mom would basically oversee the condo. It became literally watery. There was no more fiber, anything in it. She will oversee it, and she will overcook it on the fire. Make sure it's really, really, really cooked. And then she'll add some of the formula to it whilst it's on the fire. And it's very, very light and watery, and then we'll give it to my baby because it looked like the formula and the breast milk was too light for her. She takes it, and in a matter of 30 minutes, she's crying because she's hungry again. So we started giving my baby porridge, and that was how it made it easier. Whenever she fed, she could sleep a while, and I could learn. Because imagine this, I don't know how to sleep during the day, and I'm at school or I'm at work anyway, and I come back, and she's also up all night. She's been sleeping during the day, and it's nighttime, and that's when she wants to play. That's when she wants to look you in your face. And I'm telling you, you cannot look at your baby in the face while she's looking at you and laughing at you and go to sleep. I don't know a mother that can do that. You stay up with your baby all night, and about 3 a.m., 4 a.m., we are up and we are watching something on TV because she just has her eyes open and just watching the screen. So we try to distract herself, and I have to learn. I have to get ready for work the next day. And yet easy. And yet easy. So it's hard to do it on your own. Sometimes you need help. It's not sometimes, all the time. You hear more. So please be our support system, because it can take so much stress on us that some of us end up being depressed. It can be depressing. I had to go through this so much, so as of the time my baby was about 5 months, I didn't know a way to work around it, and I had to stop breastfeeding my baby. So actually, I stopped lactating my baby at 5 months, and my mom also had to come back to work. But I didn't know how it was going to work, because if my mom comes back, she's in Koforidua, I'm in Accra. That's why I'm schooling and working. She comes back to Koforidua and leaves the kid with me just by myself. I'll be carrying her to lectures. My job was basically me hawking on the streets most of the time. Does that mean I keep my 5 months, 4 months old baby with me on the streets hawking? No, I couldn't do that. So I had to make a very, very, very difficult decision, because it wasn't an easy decision for me at all. But I had to choose. For the best thing that was for my baby was for my mom to bring her to Koforidua with her, where she can actually be taking care of her by herself, so I can actually focus on work and school, and then when I'm done, I can come see my baby or come back for my baby. So I had to stop breastfeeding my baby at 5 months. 5 months. And it's painful when you stop lactating, you stop breastfeeding, and the milk needs to go away. And that pain is a reminder that you're starving your baby somewhere. I think it's God's way of telling us, because that's what the whole thing is for. But it wasn't easy. My mom had to come back because she left her job. And finances, it gets tricky, and it begins to get messy. So I had to stop lactating at 5 months, because school, final year, work, hawking on the streets, it wasn't easy. So my mom brought my baby back, and what I could do was every weekend I come home and I come spend some time with her. But because of the number of days that was lapsing between me seeing my kid, I couldn't keep on breastfeeding her, because yes, I know for no food, so it wasn't hygienic. So I had to stop. and my baby had to come to Goforidia, and then I'm going to school, work, and Friday evenings after work and school, I come to Goforidia and I see my baby. So I had to go through all this. And every night back in Accra when I go to bed and my baby's not there with me, and I look at the empty bed and I know I have a 5-month-old, 6-month-old baby somewhere that I am not there, it is heartbreaking. And sometimes we criticize ourselves, we become self-aware. I'm a bad mother. No, you're not. Today, I look back and I realize I wasn't a bad mom. I was trying to get myself in a better position where I can be with my baby, and that's the position I am now. Now I can afford to be with my baby at any point in time. She doesn't have to be without me. Because of the decisions I made back then, it puts me in a position to be able to give her whatever she wants now, to make a better life for her now. So if you're a single mom out there, if you're a working mother out there and you're going through this, you are not alone. Reach out to us. You can leave a comment, you can leave a feedback, you can get in touch with us on any of our social media handles. Let us know what you're going through. We will be your support system, because it is not easy. You can't do it by yourself. Reach out to your friends, your family. If the baby daddy is in the picture, let him also help out, please. So fathers, we are super mothers though, but do not leave us to do it by our own selves. So my name is Nanaya. This has been another enjoyable, informative, and educational episode of Obaatanye here on City Star TV. I keep reminding you to subscribe if you haven't. The notification bell is right there. Hit on it. Follow us on all our social media handles, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Twitter. The name is City Star TV. Catch us every Wednesday and Friday here on City Star TV. Thank you.